I saw that robber, I directed my attention to the television, and it was another one by the television standing up. And at this point, I became so hysterical. Like, I can't even begin to describe how hysterical and how unreal it felt. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a very long time, like it feels like forever and a day. As you read by this title, I experienced a very traumatic event recently, and I would say though that this is something that I did not want to talk about, like, at all. Like, I dreaded talking about it because, first of all, I spoke about it when it had first happened, like on my social media page, on my Facebook and my Instagram page. I had spoken about it, and so I just felt like, you know, that was enough. Like, just telling people like what happened, I just felt like that was enough. And then plus I just feel like naturally as human beings, like I feel like naturally, like we just want to show the victory, like we just want to show how we overcame situations, like we just want to you know, like just show like how we brush things off, like, you know, like peanuts on an elephant, like, you know, like, yeah, I did that, I bounced back, this, that, and the third. Like, you know, we just always want to show the good, or just show us always in a happy place, you know. And while I honestly, like, I can't even stress you guys why how much I just wanted to do that. Like, I just wanted to just post pretty pictures and just go on with life. Like, the last few months of my life just been all, you know, just glitz and glam and whatever. But I just felt convicted about just moving that way. I felt convicted because it was like, I don't know, I just feel like some people, like, you have some people out there who have gone through like far worse experiences, like far traumatic experiences. Like, you got people out there who've been raped, people that have been molested and domestically abused, and, you know, like all these other traumatic events happen to them. And even if they haven't experienced a traumatic event, you got some people who live life and their life is just so hard, like their life is just so difficult. Like, some people just walk around feeling cursed, like how much bad things happen to them. And it was like, you know what, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish with the struggles that you have had and the experiences that you have had over the last few months. You know, I felt like I was supposed to share it. Like, I felt like I was supposed to talk about it for those people. And having said that, I'm gonna just dive right into the story. All right, so this happened about a few months back. And it was a normal day. Like, it was a very normal day. I went to work. You guys know that I'm a photographer. I had a couple shoots that day, and I went home. And when I went home, I remember a friend was supposed to spend the night by me, so I didn't plan to spend the night by myself. A friend was supposed to spend the night by me, and I messaged her when I got home because I just remember being so backed up with work. I messaged her when I got home, and I was like, hey, don't come tonight. Come the following night, because it's not like she just was coming to just keep my company. She wanted me to help her with a business plan that she was starting, and I agreed to help her. So I literally knew that night I was going to be like just actively just helping her plan out her business venture. And so I just knew that it was something that I couldn't commit to. I knew that it was something that I couldn't commit to because I had priorities, my work, my job to complete, you know. And so she agreed to come the next day, which I am so thankful. Like, I am so thankful that I made that decision and that choice to message her and tell her not to come, because while things worked out in my favor, it may have not in her favor. So like, I just was so happy about that. And yeah, like, I just remember it being like a very normal night. Like, I went to bed probably like around 1:30ish, but shortly before that, well, at least you say a few hours before that, like, I was editing like the whole night. I just was flexing my little retouching skills and stuff like that, you know. And remember before heading to bed, I did my rounds around the house, like my little security rounds. So I went inside the front room, locked the top lock, locked the bottom lock, shut the windows down, sealed them down. I locked my room door too because I was spending the night by myself. I locked my room door and I turned the light off, so I just had the television light on. And this night, strangely, I decided to sleep at the opposite end of the bed, like right here, like I slept at the opposite end of the bed. And so I fell asleep, and this was probably like 1:30ish. I fell asleep. Like I fell asleep and my laptop was right in front of me because I fell asleep editing. And the events that I'm about to describe, it happened in literally 10 seconds or less. But I'm going to try to describe it as slow as possible so that you guys could just get a clear understanding of it. But it happened in probably like 10 seconds or less, maybe 15 seconds or less, but it happened like very rapidly. So I was sleeping and I slept on my side like that. I slept on my side facing this direction. Eyes closed, of course, because I was sleeping. And I just remember feeling compelled to wake up. Like I just remember feeling like I was supposed to wake up. You know, like for example, like if you have an alarm, if you have a job in the morning or you have a class in the morning and you set your alarm, but it's like mentally you know you're supposed to wake up for 5 o'clock. So sometimes you would wake up before your alarm goes off because you know you're supposed to wake up. That's like the feeling that I had. Like it was just like a quick wake up type. It was literally like just a wake up. And so I was sleeping and I just arose. Like I literally just woke up. And this is when the clock starts now. When I was like, it happened in like 10 seconds or less. This is when the clock starts. When I woke up, I was facing in this direction. And I remember gathering, like just trying to process my surroundings because my surroundings was different. So like my eyes still were squinted, and you know, like I just was trying to register what was happening in my environment because it was different. For example, I turned off the light and I woke up to this brightness. So like I was all puzzled by that. And then the room door that I had closed and locked, that was wide open, like wide open. And so like my face is in this direction, just trying to, you know, just gather it. And at this time, it probably was like 3 seconds in or maybe 4 seconds in or so. And so when I turned my face like center in the front of me, it was literally a robber directly in front of me. Like maybe like the proximity was probably where I'm at now to where my camera, which is really close. And remember, I had slept at the end of my bed right here. So me waking up right here, it was like someone was right in front of me, just like that, like right in front of me, searching through my bags and stuff like that. And so I directed my attention to the television, and it was another one by the television standing up. And at this point, I became so hysterical. Like I can't even begin to describe how hysterical and how unreal it felt. And so while I was yelling and screaming like loud and just jumping up in the bed, and like it felt like a movie. Like it felt like, I can't even describe it, but like a lot of it happened like in flashes. Like that's why I say, like, when you try to imagine it, try to picture it happening in like 10 seconds or less, because for my memory, everything went like, it was like blank out flashes. Like you wake up, blank, you see the light on, blank, you notice the door open, blank, you see this person in front of you, blank, you see this man in the, like right there, like everything just happened like done, like just like that. And I remember, like, as I was just being so hysterical, the robber that was standing up, he just held a gun at me. and he just kept it there, like just holding it, like just holding it, like, because as I was just reacting and just, you know, just being so hysterical because it was so much to process. And especially after just I think like waking up to it too made it unreal, sort of like waking up to it made it unreal. And so while it was literally, honestly, I feel like sometimes I don't even feel like my mind was there. I feel like my body was there and I was reacting and all of that. But it's like I honestly feel like my mind sort of shut down in the moment, or like my conscious mind sort of shut down, and I feel like I was reacting in my subconscious mind at the time. That's how best I could describe it. And so yeah, the guy, he held the gun at me and he just kept it there, like just kept it there, like staring at me as I was, you know, reacting. And I am, guys, gonna cut it there because while the goal of this video, or the purpose of this video, is for me to just, you know, help people who probably feel as though they're at their lowest, because I definitely was at my lowest after the event. I just don't want to take myself back and like completely relive the entire thing. Like, while I want to help you guys or help whoever's watching this video and they feel as though they're at their ultimate lowest in life, you know, I still want to protect my sanity, you know, because dealing with it, we can get to the dealing with it part. So after that, if I could describe my coping experience with the entire event, I guess I would say that initially, you know, like if you run in with so much adrenaline and you fall down, like you fall hard, like you don't feel the fall, you don't feel the ache, like you just so caught up with the adrenaline inside of you. But after you feel it, that's exactly how it felt. While everyone around me was, you know, just being so saddened and just so like shook, it didn't dawn on me personally, what had happened. And so whilst a lot of people were like crying and, you know, like just, you know, they're just in disbelief and shock and stuff like that, I just felt as though like at the time I had to be strong for people. Like I had to be strong for the people around me because they already, I guess because it didn't happen to them, they had already processed the severity of it. But with me personally, it just didn't marinate. Like it didn't sink in what had happened. And listen to me, I had completely underestimated what the next few months of my life would be like. I completely underestimated the impact of post-traumatic stress. Like I had no idea the amount of anxiety attacks, the amount of flashbacks, the amount of sleepless nights, the amount of just feeling so shaken and feeling so afraid, and the loss of peace of mind. Like I had no idea these things would have followed, and I not only followed but followed frequently, followed intensely, and just like I feel as though like these last few months of my life, like my whole world, it literally just shook. It just shook, like seriously. And even while that was hard and very, very difficult to deal with, you know, I feel like the most significant or the greatest impact or side effect that the whole experience has had on me is definitely feeling as though I've lost myself, my sense of identity. Like I know you'll be like, really, like of all the things happen, you feel like that's the greatest thing. Like no, that has been the most difficult, it's just been the most difficult side effect that I had to deal with, because I just no longer recognize myself. Like I used to watch my YouTube videos and I used to be like, "Babe Felicia, like you look so, like you appear to be so fearless and so motivated and so confident and so empowered and, you know, focused." Like I just appear to be like this how do I say, like, just this all confident person, you know. And while I was at the time, I no longer I didn't identify that person. And like, as I watched myself through the screen, it was like, who is this girl? And so like, even like during the course of this season, like some people used to stop me when they see me, and they used to be like, "Man, Felicia, when you come back with another motivational video?" And in my mind, I used to be like, "Girl, I don't even recognize myself right now." Like, I honestly felt like for the majority of the summer, I felt as though I was really just lost, sort of like just walking around, and probably people wouldn't really notice it in me, but I just knew that in my spirit I wasn't myself. You know, I felt like as time passed, I felt like I was becoming more and more crippled. Like literally, I felt like a newborn. Like that's the best way I could describe it. I felt like a newborn because traits that I knew that I had, traits that I knew that I could always fall back on, like being resilient, feeling empowered, feeling fearless, not caring, just feeling confident and courageous and so sure and motivated about what I'm talking about and what I'm saying. Like all these traits that I had, all them they gone right through the door. Like seriously, like they just left me. And so I could wholeheartedly say that just trusting, like just knowing, like my faith was on 100. Like seriously, like just knowing that God was gonna just take me out of this season. Like that has literally been like my guide. And what's so crazy is that while I felt broken, like I feel like a lot of times when we feel that way, like we just feel as though, you know, you're at the point of no return. Like you just feel like, yeah, like no, that's it for you. Like, you know, like you ain't nothing more in you. But the consistency in me just having so like grounded faith in that, Felicia, God didn't put you through the situation for no reason. Like it was a reason he put you through it, and like he's gonna deliver you from it. Like I can't even describe to you guys the amount of peace I feel like God has given me after he's taken me out of that season. Like sometimes I just walk around and I literally cry, not because what happened, but I just cry because I'm in such a happier place. Like I feel happier now than when I was then prior to the situation. Like I feel like a better Felicia now than I was prior to the incident that happened to me, you know. And it's so crazy how sometimes like things that were probably made to break you by the enemy, it makes you stronger and it makes you even more empowered, and just like it just makes you more refined, like a completely better person. That's why I can honestly tell you that if you feel like you are at your lowest, or you feel as though life is just against you, people are against you, and you just always feel cursed, or like bad stuff or tragic stuff keeps happening to you, like I just encourage you to just trust God and just embrace the season that he's putting you in. And like with me and my experience, whilst I dreaded being in that season, one of my friends, she just always was like, Felicia, try to find the joy in it. And I used to try, and I used to be like, girl, what you mean try to find the joy in it? Like I don't, you know, because it sounds crazy. Like I have an anxiety attacks, I have flashbacks, I can't sleep at night. It's like, what you mean find the joy in it, you know? But I tried to be happy. I tried to put my best foot forward. I tried to wake up and be like, you know what, Felicia, you may not be in a place to make a motivational video today, but you know, at least, you know, do something that can get you in the spirit, you know. And so if you ever feel down, if you ever feel like you're at your ultimate lowest in life, like do not give up on God. Like don't give up on God. Don't give up on what he's doing with you, because I can assure you, like, you know what's so crazy? Like me coming out of that season, I like to look at that incident as confirmation. I look at that incident as confirmation that, you know what, Felicia, you are supposed to be walking in your purpose. You're supposed to be pursuing your purpose, because for God to rescue you that night, for God to just have so much, like an abundance of favor over your life, you know what you're doing important. You know, it doesn't matter if you can't see the fruits of your labor now. For God to just bring you out of that season. Like what you are doing, it serves a greater purpose. Like he literally gave me confirmation. And while I got that confirmation, I just want to encourage you guys, don't wait for God to put you in a situation to start walking in your purpose. Like if you already know what you're supposed to be doing, don't wait for God to put you in a life or death situation to get started. Start doing it now. And if you ever doubt yourself, he'll give you the confirmation. Just like how he gave me confirmation, he'll give you the confirmation. Just like how you could fall down, you could get back up. One of my favorite motivational speakers, Les Brown, shout out to him. You know, he said that when you fall, make sure you fall on your back, because if you could look up, you could get up. And I was really trying to have that spirit during my season, because it was like, Felicia, you could look up. You know, it's not that I was completely unaware that God was going to come through for me. I knew that he was going to come through. But the reality of it is that as a human, I still was dealing with, post-traumatic stress and just, a loss of sense identity and just all these other stuff I was dealing with. And so I just want to encourage anybody out there, like if you feel like you are just finished, like seriously, like if you could look up, and by looking up, if you have breath in your body, and that's what I mean by looking up, if you have breath in your body, then you can get up. So yes guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and not only watching this video, thank you for supporting me in general. Especially if you made it to the end of this video, like you did a good job, because this was a long video. Thank you for your support. Like it really doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated, but if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up for me. And also, if this is your first time to my channel and I don't know if I made a good impression on you, please be sure to subscribe. And I think they have like a bell button next to the subscribe button or something like that, so you could get like more updates from me. Please be sure to do that, guys. Alrighty, so until next time, bye.